An eerie silence from the cold fresh morning, casting a ethereal glow, the frost on the window in a background of fog, indication that winter is here. Ryan sulking as Jungkook is leaving for a 2-day work trip. He smiled and adjusted his shirt before walking to her. JK, if the princess is going to sulk and pout like this, how I will be able to leave? Ryan, don't talk to me, sulking. JK chuckles and grabs her chin softly and kisses before placing a peck on her nose. JK, I promise I'll be back before you know it. Ryan, liar. Last time you also said the same thing and spent the entire week away from me. JK sighs and pulls her onto his lap and kisses her bare waist. JK, look at me. She does. This time I promise 2 days means 2 days, not a minute above. Ryan, and what if it didn't turn out to be like that? JK, then a whole month vacation, only you and me. Ryan gaze softens. Ryan, promise? Showing her little promise finger. JK chuckles and intertwines his finger with her. He brought their crossed fingers to his mouth and placed a gentle kiss. JK, here you go, locked with a kiss. Ryan blushes. He placed a tender kiss on her forehead and gave her a big hug before pulling away and fixing his shirt. JK, take care. Don't get out of bed. The maid is here for everything. Ryan mocking and repeating his words before he says, as she remembers these lines by heart now. JK smiles and gives her a quick peck. JK, I love you infinity square. He planted a kiss on her neck before exiting their bedroom door. Ryan, I love you too. Barely audible. As the silence fell in the room, she sighed and pulled sheets over her, staring at the ceiling. Before leaving, he turned to the head of the house help. JK, Maria, make sure to deliver every meal to her in the room on time. And one more thing, make sure she doesn't hurt herself. She nodded keenly. As Ryan came down, she took a glance of her surroundings and went straight to the kitchen. Maria, good afternoon, Mrs. June. Ryan, afternoon. Smiles. Maria, do you need something? Dismissive tone. Ryan, nah. I want to cook anything to keep myself busy. Maria, if you want to have something, tell me. I'll make it for you. Ryan, Maria, I said I'll cook. Maria, I'm sorry, miss, but the boss strictly asked me to look after you. Ryan, Maria, I'm not a baby, and you're not a babysitter. Now please move. Maria nodded reluctantly and moved aside. As she prepared to cut some vegetables, she tried to figure the angle and in middle cut her index finger, which caused a rush of blood to flow. She winced in pain and placed it under water, as Maria saw it and panicked more than Ryan herself. Ryan winces at Maria applied bandage. As she went out of the kitchen, she got overwhelmed and called Jungkook, as she wasn't actually habitual of even minor injuries like this. He kept her so precious. He just came out of a crucial meeting when his secretary handed him his phone. Secretary, sir, Mrs. June is calling you. He checked and saw 3 missed calls. JK, What the hell? And you are telling me now? Snaps at her. Secretary, sir, you were busy with the VIP clients. Stuttering. JK, I am telling you this thing last time. Nothing is more important to me than my wife. So keep it in your head. She nodded and moved aside in fear. He called back as he heard her soft sobs. JK, what happened, princess? YN, cook, I, sobbing and sniffing. YN, sniffles. JK, darling, you are making me worried. Tell me what happened. Okay, take deep breaths. YN, sobs. It was the last string of his patience which broke. JK, damn it, I am coming. Just wait for me. He cancelled all the meetings and took the earliest flight. Ryan was giggling and watching the season, sitting on the couch, and she doesn't realize what she did on the other hand. She knew he cares about her, but she knows less. He's obsessed with her. Straight 2 hours later, she heard the door unlocked as she stood. Jungkook makes his appearance as she, without wasting a minute, ran into his arms and clings to him as her life was dependent on it. Ryan, I missed you, blinks innocently. He took a seat on the couch, pulling her onto his lap. JK, tell me what happened, princess. Ryan, what? JK frowns and raised his eyebrows. JK, you were crying on call earlier and made me worried. That's why I came back. Ryan, oh, that? Here, showing him her index finger with bandage. He actually got worried and kisses her hand and examined. JK, how did this happen? Examining it, Ryan pouted innocently and told him. He sighed and opened the bandage, checking if the wound was deep, but thankfully he released a breath of relief as it wasn't serious. He looked at her, thinking about his life decisions. Even how on earth he is obsessed with this girl. He asks her not to do something that will definitely hurt her, but she's stubborn and do the same things and ends up hurting herself. But still, he loves her more than his life. After he made her busy on his lap with the season, he called Maria and asked her to be more cautious and careful from next time, as it was not her fault either, but his tone was cold and dominant.